Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the weekend in 2nd of August 2025. Judges more or less assess that there was no car finance unfairness, so claimants cannot seek redress unless interest is considered to be in excess. Many express excessive happiness at Lioness success. Trump addresses the press on the Gaza mess and says Britain recognising a Palestinian state is meaningless. And then he digresses to tell Putin that the time allowed for peace is now much less, leaving Medvedev unimpressed. Another gnat's glitch causes stress and distress, and another likely inquest. The Supreme Court judges decided on Friday on a massive potential case of bribery, and the car finance banks and lenders sighed, having already put billions of pounds aside in the event that the judges did decide that unfair interest rates on loans were applied. But it's not quite all over, and they might need some of it. There's still some wriggle room, and who knows what will come of it. On Sunday, tears of relief were cried at the end of a month-long roller coaster ride. Most of the country had been electrified, and the sense of anticipation intensified as our women's Euros hopes so many times died, only for our girls to have the odds defied. With heart and effort they would not be denied. Outplayed in the final, they still got the match tied, and went right through for penalties to decide. And in limitless belief success doth reside, and with Hannah Hampton between the sticks, there could be only one winner of the penalty kicks. Chloe Kelly, the heroine of the last Euros final, struck the winning pen, and British joy went viral. Lioness's pride everywhere displayed for how well our heroic women had played. A wild reception at the airport, and then tea with Ange Rayner at number 10. A London open top bus ride to show the joy. Sabrina Wiegman duetting with Burna Boy. On Sunday, Starmer met the US President, and the odd couple rapport was once more evident. Trump says stuff while Starmer's button-lipped. Is it opposites attract, or Kia keeping it zipped? The president's long in the tooth, short on the truth. Sakia's a relative youth and much less uncouth. But for better or worse they make it work. Having the king on his side is Starmer's big perk. Down to business in Scotland, no playing around. In this fractious world many problems abound. On Monday Trump said Gaza's situation's now clear. Famine's no longer near, it's actually here. Some suggested he's a bit slow on the uptake to have only just realised the Gaza famine ain't fake. Most of the world already knew, but for Netanyahu, claims of starvation are simply untrue. Trump's comments, though, were probably a partial cause for Israel's announcement of a tactical pause, meaning the IDF's indiscriminate raiding temporarily ceased to allow food and aid in. Then Trump's press conference pivoted, as they do, and suddenly Putin's war was the main issue. Trump's getting irritated by Putin's defiance and Russia's position of non-compliance, so he announced a massive deadline tweak, sanctions to be moved forward to the end of next week. From 5 weeks to 10 days, Trump decreed for the Kremlin to get a ceasefire agreed. And so Putin got in one of his toddler hissy fits and hit all of Ukraine with a brutal blitz. The Kremlin coward murdered 22 more innocent Ukrainians in his illegal war. And a president from a Russian previous era said Trump's words were bringing nuclear war nearer. Dmitry Medvedev clearly got under Trump's skin, causing a big Twitter quarrel to begin, and then Trump announced that he had ushered 2 nuclear submarines closer to Russia. Overall, though, Trump's 5-day Highland fling for business and politics had been a great thing. Ursula von der Leyen surprisingly showed up to get a long-awaited EU deal sewn up. And in Aberdeenshire, Trump opened his new golf course and made a right song and dance of it, of course. Meanwhile, Keir's cabinet was recalled from their holes as he wanted his government at the controls. They needed to reach consensus on Palestine in order to agree on a joint party line, and their somewhat unilateral decision was that a 2-state solution was Britain's position, but with the actual borders remaining quite hazy, some say the statement's borderline crazy. On Wednesday, just like in August 2023, our air traffic control system lost functionality. Hundreds of planes had to suddenly land. Those on the ground couldn't take off as planned. Business trips, holidays, all kinds of stuff wrecked by the chaos caused by the knock-on effects. UK airspace may have closed for just 20 minutes, but the trouble caused went way beyond those limits. It used to be, to keep kids from a dangerous place, there'd be high barbed wire fences all over the place, but as with many things in these digital times, the greatest danger to children has moved online. And a deadline passed on 26th of July when Internet Child Risk Assessment would apply. And already leading figures in the world of tech are getting it in the neck about proof of age checks. It seems youngsters in a matter of a few seconds can still access inappropriate violence and sex. A quick visit to the Play Store for a VPN and anyone to any site will be welcomed in. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage made an alternative pitch, saying Reform UK would have the new law ditched, 'cause it's killed free speech at the flick of a switch.